There has never been a bodybuilder who has better defined longevity, passion, and perseverance like Albert Beckles. Not only is he a bodybuilding icon, but he is also widely regarded as a gentleman of the sport by his peers and fans the world over. From working in a hotel kitchen as a young boy in Barbados, to dominating the bodybuilding stage well into his senior years, Albert Beckles' life is certainly one worth documenting. Hi and welcome to Quicks. I create videos which explore the entire life stories of prominent bodybuilders, YouTubers and celebrities through engaging documentaries. And in this, we'll explore the incredible journey of bodybuilding icon Albert Beckles. Although Beckles has competed in an unprecedented 102 bodybuilding contests and a record-breaking 13 Mr. Olympia contests, his life has otherwise been scarcely documented and discussed. That ends now. Let me take you back to the very beginning. Albert Beckles was born on July 14, 1930 in Bridgetown, Barbados. Growing up in a poor family, Beckles faced many hardships in life. Despite these challenges, Beckles always showed a rigid work ethic and positive attitude. From an early age, he had to work tiresome hours to support himself, taking up a job in a hotel kitchen to make ends meet. Beckles would utilize his hardworking spirit to eventually improve and upskill enough to the point of becoming a professional chef. Beckles became very successful in this venture, as well as becoming a qualified accountant. However, Beckles yearned for more, and for foreign soil. It wasn't until he emigrated to London, England, that his interest in bodybuilding truly took hold. In the 1960s, bodybuilding was gaining traction, and Albert quickly found his calling. Beckles made his debut in 1965 at the NABBA Mr. Britain. With a strong showing, he immediately grabbed the attention of those in attendance. His physique was remarkable, not only for its muscle mass, but for the level of definition and symmetry. Moreover, Albert paired his physique with near-flawless posing, which allowed him to truly bring a whole package to the stage. As a result of this package, Beckles placed 5th. Presumably not as high as he would have hoped, but certainly a strong debut. After a series of mostly second and third place finishes between 1965 and 1969, Albert clinched his first victory at the 1970 NABBA Mr. Britain. He would also replicate this feat at the Mr. Europe of that same year. As 1970 came to a close, Beckles participated in one last contest, being the NABBA Universe, at which he took second place. As impressive as this was, Al's hard work truly paid off in 1971, when his positive momentum continued. Beckles won the NABBA Mr. Britain and the AAU Mr. World, after which he would join the IFBB. Albert would then immediately make a statement by winning the 1971 IFBB Mr. Universe contest, and his career truly took off from there. In the 1970s and 80s, he competed in numerous high-level bodybuilding contests. This video would be hours long if I documented each one of these 102 contests, so in the interest of time, from here onward, I will focus on the remaining 9 victories, and thereafter, his Olympia showings. Beckles would best the competition by emerging victorious in the following contests: the 1973 IFBB Mr. Europe Medium Class and Overall, the 1981 IFBB Grand Prix New England, the 1982 IFBB Night of Champions, the 1982 IFBB World Pro Championships, the 1984 IFBB Canada Pro Cup A, the 1984 IFBB World Grand Prix, the 1984 IFBB World Pro Championships, the 1985 IFBB Night of Champions, and lastly, the 1991 IFBB Niagara Falls Pro Invitational. On the grandest stage of them all, the Mr. Olympia, Beckles could unfortunately never clinch the Sandow Trophy. His Mr. Olympia results are as follows. In 1975, Beckles would place 3rd in the lightweight division behind Franco Colombo and Ed Corney. In 1977, he would place 4th in the short division and 7th overall, losing to a superb Frank Zane, who would claim both his first and the debutante Sandow Trophy.
as well as the $5,000 cash prize.
In 1977, winning the Olympia meant a cash prize of $5,000 and the trophy, which I got to learn later was the first year they gave out the Sandow trophy. And so I'm the recipient of that, but I didn't know it at the time.
In 1978, he would place 8th in the lightweight division, being last in the under 200 pounders, once again losing to a stellar Frank Zane, who claimed his second Sandow and the elevated cash prize of $15,000. In 1979, he placed 7th in the lightweight division, placing closely behind Carlos Rodriguez and Danny Padilla. Zane would of course take home his 3rd consecutive Sandow and later reflect on these as his magic years.
So 5, 6, and 7 were the magic years for me. 77, 78, 79. And, but it was all because my training conditions continued to improve.
This time, Zane would take home $25,000 and state that this was his greatest Olympia win. In 1982, Al would place 5th, closely behind Samir Banu and Casey Vieta, who placed 4th and 3rd respectively. Chris Dickerson won his only Sandow this year, as well as the $25,000 prize money. Hey there, beautiful. Enjoying the video so far? Well then please consider liking the video, as it shows the algorithm that my videos are worth sharing. In 1983, Beckles placed 7th, closely behind Giuseppe Wilcox and Bertil Fox, who placed 6th and 5th respectively. The Lion of Lebanon, Samir Banu, took out the top spot, winning the Sandow, $25,000 prize money, and his first and only Mr. Olympia contest.
Samir Banu, die startnummer 11.
In 1984, Beckles placed 4th, right behind Giuseppe Wilcox and Mohamed Makawe, who placed 3rd and 2nd respectively, ultimately losing to a rising Lee Haney, who would continue building his legacy by winning the next 7 Mr. Olympia contests thereafter. In 1985, he would place 2nd in what must be his best showing ever. Only one of the best bodybuilders in history would stand in his way. Regardless, Al achieved this at the age of 56, twice that of Haney. In 1986, Al would place 4th, right behind Mike Christian, who finished 3rd, and 2nd place finisher Rich Gaspari, an exciting prospect and training partner of Lee Haney, who of course won the contest. In 1987, Beckles would place 7th behind Barry DeMay and Robbie Robinson, who placed 6th and 5th respectively. Unfortunately for Al though, from here, his Olympia standings would greatly decline. Beckles would finish in 15th place in both 1988 and 1989, and would not place at all in his final Olympia in 1991. Despite his less than stellar result at that 1991 Mr. Olympia, Beckles would win the Niagara Falls Pro Invitational in that same year, where he blew everyone out of the water at the age of 61. Unfortunately for his fans though, Albert Beckles would retire 1 year later. Following the Chicago Pro Invitational, which was held on May 9th, 1992, Albert Beckles officially announced his retirement from professional bodybuilding at the same age of 61. However, even in retirement, he has never taken his finger off the pulse of bodybuilding and the greater fitness industry. He continued to train, judge competitions, mentor young athletes, and promote bodybuilding within the confines of a healthy, disciplined lifestyle. Like I said earlier, it's not the number of Sandow trophies in his trophy cabinet that makes Beckles truly special. What truly sets Beckles apart is his longevity in the sport of bodybuilding. While most bodybuilders retire in their 30s or 40s, Albert Beckles continued to compete and win well into his 50s and 60s. Like I said earlier, he competed in over 100 contests throughout his competitive years, a career which saw him win a total of 15 bodybuilding contests. Wait a minute, did I just say earlier? Sound like I'm straight out of The Departed.
You don't know the half of it.
Beckles also set a record by competing in the Mr. Olympia contest an unprecedented 13 times. For your reference, Sean Ray came close at 12. Known for his high-intensity training style, Beckles took no shortcuts in the gym. He trained 6 days a week for much of his career, focusing on compound exercises like squats, deadlifts, and bench presses, movements that build full body strength. This training potentially contributed to Beckles requiring shoulder surgery, which he underwent successfully in 2002.
You still train hard
I do.
and heavy.
Yes, I do.
It scares me when I watch you lift those heavy weights. I mean, the 100-pound dumbbells and even more, right? You're over the hundreds.
Yeah. But I like doing it.
I know you do. I know you do. And you had shoulder surgery?
I did. I had shoulder surgery about 7 years ago.
I remember.
And, but it's okay now.
It doesn't bother you?
No.
Even the train heavy?
No.
Wow.
However, Albert was also meticulous, using isolation exercises to fine-tune specific muscle groups to gain perfect symmetry. His biceps specifically became legendary and are considered some of the best in bodybuilding history. They were mind-blowingly peaked, which he mostly attributed to his training style, in which he would control the weight and turn his wrists outward as far as possible, holding that position and squeezing the bicep. However, and buckle up for this one, it must be noted that Al's bicep peaks are largely genetic, and you may not be able to achieve these peaks no matter how hard you train. Did I not tell you to buckle up? Sorry to break that to you, buckaroo.
Buckle up, buckaroo!
To achieve his world-class physique, Beckles paired his training with an equally disciplined diet. His nutrition was focused on high protein sources, lean meats such as chicken and fish, complex carbohydrates like brown rice and sweet potatoes, and healthy fats from nuts and olive oil. It's also worth mentioning that he simply refused to eat sweets and desserts, which of course made me feel horrible about myself when I heard this interview.
But no sweets, no desserts, right?
No. No sweet, no dessert.
Never.
Basically, I eat chicken and rice.
Still.
His background as a professional chef certainly helped him maintain this balanced, effective diet throughout his career. Additionally, Al's focus on clean, nutritious meals allowed him to maintain his muscularity and conditioning, as well as building his notable muscle maturity. Some of you may have also heard that Beckles was vegetarian or vegan for part of his career. However, this is inaccurate. He was, however, a polo-vegetarian, which means that he only eats poultry and does not consume red meat. Beckles' influence is still palpable today. He continues to show that age is just a number. His dedication and passion for bodybuilding has inspired countless people around the world. More importantly, this same dedication has extended to countless bodybuilders the world over. As stated on Fitness Vault, Beckles left onlookers in awe when he, at 92 years of age, attended the gym regularly and still had a great deal of muscle mass. It is for this reason that he has gained the moniker, the Fountain of Youth. Beckles is also widely respected due to the level of respect he has for others. For these reasons and many more, he has also gained the title of the British Gentleman. The Mr. Olympia title and its subsequent grandeur may have evaded Beckles.
What is your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal, I would say, is about the same as every professional bodybuilder, and that is to win the Olympia. This is about the only title that I haven't won so far. So I'm hoping to achieve this before I retire.
But his legacy is undeniable. For the respect he shows others and those achievements I have focused on in this video, Albert Beckles is a man who has defied the odds, broke records, and stayed at the top of his game for decades. He is a true inspiration, both on and off the stage, and is, and will always be, an inspiration to us all.
When you walked in and you met everybody and you saw how we had our lifestyle of going to the beach and laying in the sun and working out and, California land of leisure, what'd you think? Did you
That
like
was quite amazing. But working out and going to the beach was like heaven at the time.
It was like heaven. And it will never be duplicated today. It's gone.
That's a pity.
And most of the guys are gone, unfortunately. All the good ones, and it's just not the same. When I go to Gold's now down...
Not all of the good ones.
Many of them.
I'm still here.
Yeah, and me too.
And that is the previously untold story of the living legend, Albert Beckles. If you enjoyed learning more about Albert Beckles, perhaps you'd also enjoy learning about 3 other bodybuilders you probably have never heard of. Interested? Why don't you go right ahead and click here. Well, wait, before you do, just subscribe to the channel to ensure that you don't miss my next one. Until next time, bippity boppity boo, that's all I've got for you.